Good evening, Warrior fans, and welcome to Alexandria High School for tonight's opening night in IHSA football. This is the 2023 season. This is the Wes-Del Sports Network.
At Indiana Farm Bureau
I am
Insurance,
the Soup,
we're
and
not just good
alongside
at
of me
insurance. We're good at
is the
insurance.
coach, John McLaughlin. Coach, how's it going for you? It's been a whole season, 365 almost, since we've been together. So how's it been?
Well, it doesn't seem that long, but yeah, it's been great. Just really excited for this season, really excited for the things that we have upcoming. And Coach Knuckles is, I know, really excited about his team and the direction that the program's heading, and just so much to be excited about for Wes-Del football and just Wes-Del sports in general. But tonight we're focused on football and a lot of good things happening tonight, and I think that it's just going to be a great night. The weather's going to participate with us and make everything nice and cool, and we're going to have a great night for football.
Well, it is an exciting year. There's a lot of exciting buzz in the air. If you're a Warrior fan, you know about it. You know that there's a big Week 2 coming up that I know everybody's excited for. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, and we'll have plenty of time to talk about the refresh of Paul L. Parker Field and how that's going to work next week, and how we can't wait to have all of you out at home and to really christen that with a hopeful win over Tri-Central. But we're in Week 1. We're here at Alexandria against a strong Alexandria Tiger team. This is a team that has it's been led by head coach Pete Gass for many years, and they like to spread the field. They like to throw the ball around, and they have coach's son under quarterback, and we looked at them out there on the field pregame. Coach, they're a pretty big team. You saw a lot of size, didn't you?
Yeah, they're a big team and a lot of good numbers, and so we'll have our hands full tonight. But we knew that coming into this, and you don't base your whole season on one game. You just go out there and see what happens, and it's always good to go play someone else too. You've been
Yes.
practicing against each other for so long and all summer, and now it's time to play some real football. So that's going to be what happens tonight, and I'm sure that Coach Knuckles and his staff will have them prepared. We're going to leave it all out there, and like you said, it's a very good Alexandria team, but it's game night, so it's exciting for, I'm sure, all the communities that are tipping off tonight, but especially for us here in Wes-Del.
And it has been a really strong summer for the Warriors. They've had a great summer program. Coach Knuckles has really talked in all of the articles in the paper, the Star Press, the Ball State Daily News, the great coverage from Zach Carter from the Ball State Daily News and Gus Martin from the Star Press and the articles today, with some players to watch along with the season previews. And Coach Knuckles mentioned just the commitment in the weight room. The numbers are up. Excitement is up for Warrior football. Coming off a 1-9 season, most of the athletes that have been involved for the last 2 years are still with us, and they are now juniors and seniors, so we have some experience. But I know you had the opportunity to sit down and have a conversation with Coach Knuckles this week, and I think we've actually got that here for the viewing, for everybody to view here for pregame. So without further ado, we're going to get ready to switch it over here, and Coach McLaughlin sitting down with Coach Knuckles.
This is Coach McLaughlin. I'm here with head coach Matt Knuckles. Coach Knuckles, upcoming game tonight. But before we get to Alexandria, let's talk a little bit about your summer and how the summer went. It's an exciting time of year. We're rolling into the season right here off game 1 on the road at Alexandria. But tell us a little bit about what you felt like how this summer went.
Yeah, summer's been really strong for us. We've had really good attendance. Numbers are up. We're right at 30 kids right now. But bringing back most of the team from last year has really helped get our guys to where we could not start back from square one. And it's been a good summer. We've gotten a lot bigger and stronger, and I think we're ready to roll.
You always feel like as a coach that second year is so much easier than the first year. You have everything in place, and guys kind of know what to expect. The expectations are there. So how was the transition then from the off season into summer? I know you talked about that a little bit, but did you feel like as a coach that was a easier transition this year?
Absolutely. Last year we were installing a brand new system from day one. We really started, first week in June this summer, about where we left off last year. So install was a lot quicker. We're able to sharpen up a lot of what we're looking at, and not so much, teaching the basics, but just really getting better and stronger at some of those refined skills.
And every year is a different year, but this year, coming into it, we bring back a lot of guys that were on somewhat of a learning curve last year. It always happens when you're a younger player playing against older players. And now those guys have a year of experience under their belt. How much does that go into what you're looking for this season, and maybe how the success that may lend them to some success?
Yeah, it's been huge. We brought back most of our O-line, a couple of our backs, our quarterback, receivers, pretty much our entire defense. So it's been really nice to be able to really push them this summer. Our quarterback's been getting us to the right play with some different checks and calls that he can get to, and our O-line's gotten a lot bigger and stronger. So we're really young last year, still pretty young this year, but that extra year of experience is making a big impact.
So a couple of the players we may look for, maybe on the offensive side, defensive side, maybe special teams. What are we looking, some guys or maybe standouts that you felt like had a great summer, or leading in from last year to this year that you're looking for big things from?
Yeah, offensively, we bring back Trey Adams at our wing back. He led us in receiving and rushing yards last year, and he's had a good summer. Brock Nauman's back at our fullback. He's our workhorse. He's gotten a lot bigger and stronger, put on about 20 pounds since last season. And then Triton Blevins being back at quarterback, just being able to run the system, get us into the right plays, and he's been looking pretty good.
Okay, before we get to Alexandria, let's talk about the elephant in the room. A week from today, we'll be playing on a brand new football field with the new track that's about ready to be done, I think, here any day now. So what's the excitement like? This has to be just like a kid at the candy store for you as a head coach, and I'm sure the guys are itching to get out there and practice and be on that field.
Oh, yeah. The kids have been asking me about it every day. Just having to walk by that every day out to the practice field has been a little bittersweet, but most of our scrimmages have been on grass this summer, and then just walking out onto the field, you can definitely tell the difference. We're ready to go. Hopefully we'll be out there practicing later this week and see how it can go.
Yeah, we don't want to look past this week, but man, what a lot of excitement, and I hope that everybody that's out there has a chance to come, and the community gets to see. This is, for a school our size, you and I both know this is not very typical to see something like this. So the amount of excitement I'm sure that you feel and that I feel, just as a, I'm not even in the football program, but it's just exciting for our community to have something like this. So can't wait till we're able to get there next week. But this week we have a very good Alexandria team. Tell me a little bit about what we know about Alexandria, what kind of challenges that they're going to give us, and where we might be able to take some advantages on offense and defense.
Yeah, Alexandria, they bring back a lot of players from last year. They had a pretty good season. They have two different quarterbacks, a McGuire kid who's more of a runner, one of the probably better athletes in the conference, and then the coach's kid, Gast, is a little right-handed quarterback that's a pretty good thrower. They're pretty big up front. It should be a really good test for us, I think, opening up the season. But definitely some things we can do. I think we have some good skill. We can get to the edge and then run the forefront. There's going to be some things in the run game that we definitely have the advantage on.
So then going into the next week, we'll just continue to build on that. But then the next week on home field, this is probably a weird question to ask, but what's the difference to playing on grass to turf? Do we have different turf shoes? Do we have different things, or is that something we're still in the process of figuring out, just what's going to work for us?
Yeah, they'll use the same cleats that they use in grass. They do make some turf cleats, but nothing we will need to mess with. I think it'll definitely, if anything, be a mental thing for our kids, just being on our home field, that being our field, make them feel or look a little faster than what they are. And then really the big thing is being able to practice on that, have real landmarks with the hashes and the numbers for them to be able to get used to in practice. That's just going to carry over for the game.
Okay, Coach, we're going to take a look at a couple of clips. Talk me through, this looks like a defensive clip here. Tell me what we're looking at and what you saw and what you liked about this clip.
Yeah, these next four clips are from our jamboree this last Friday. We scrimmaged Union City, which is a sectional team for us, and then Cambridge City. This first clip here is Cambridge City. We have them week 9 this year. Saw some good things. This first clip, we're on defense. They're in their spread set. They run some motion with one of their wings and try to run an ISO. Our inside linebackers did a great job here. Grayson Mealy filled the gap, got a big hit on the fullback, and that opened up Brock Nauman closing in for a big play. on their tailback. So big hit by Grayson, and then Brock got a really nice solo tackle there. We've been really, priding our defense in their pre-snap movement and then getting to the right gaps. So you can see both of our corners here. We're showing some press. They're backing up. And then Mealy's on a hard close, and then Brock there to clean it up.
Yeah, it looks like on that clip, Grayson took out the lead blocker, which allows Brock to come in and make the cleanup, like you said, clean up and make the tackle here. Okay, now we're going to switch over to some offensive clips. Talk me through what you like about these clips here, Coach.
So this is still our first session. This is Cambridge City. We're down near the goal line at about the 15. We're in a little doubles twin set. And this is just a pretty basic rocket toss to Trey Adams. This ended up being a 15-yard touchdown. We got some guys out pulling a good lead blocker with Brock, and then just got to a lot of really nice blocks. Trey set his guys up, and then just hammered it in.
Looked like a nice, strong run there. And then again, on offense here, talk me through this and what we're looking at and what we're looking for.
Yeah, this is something we definitely didn't get a lot of last year. This is going to be a connection from Triton Blevins, our quarterback, to Abdul-Amir, our receiver. This is his first year out of football. He's caught quite a few of these over the summer in our different scrimmages. So this one we really liked. We actually called this play on the first snap of the scrimmage, and Triton checked out of it because they saw something, and we came back to him and told him, next time we run that, we want to see if we can actually get over top, because Dooley is capped here by that corner. But a pretty nice quick fade. We had a really good pocket up front by our guys, and Dooley just burned him, made a great catch, and a good throw by Triton.
And then the final clip here, Coach.
Yeah, this last clip, we've prided ourselves kind of all year and even last year just of being the more physical team. This is a pretty simple B-gap play to our fullback, just a little belly play to the left. We're at about the 8-yard line. Our O-line blocks it up well. Our wing gets right to a linebacker, and then Brock runs over a safety to punch it into the end zone here.
Drag a couple guys with him into the end zone there.
That's some good stuff. He's been a hoss this summer, really hard to tackle, and a guy that we're really going to weigh on this season.
It's funny because I watch a lot of those guys that you're having some success with, and I know them just from last year and their numbers and watching them, and it is not a mistake that they are killing it in the weight room too. So that's a big part of success, I know, for you too.
Absolutely, we fit it hard. We had about half our team, 85% in the weight room attendance this summer, and it's definitely showing.
Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck against Alexandria tonight. Go out and get us a nice victory, and we know that it's a long season, it's a process, and we want to be playing our best football at the end of the year, but let's get off to a great start this week against Alexandria, and then everybody needs to come to the home game. Listen, I'd be happy if everybody went back and watched us after the game and was there live. So let's fill it up at that first home game next week, and just get off this season to a great start. So good luck this year, Coach, and let's start off tonight with a good win.
Absolutely. Appreciate it.
And that was a fantastic interview by Coach, sitting down with our Warrior varsity head coach, Matt Knuckles. Always good to have that relationship. You had a little bit of background there. So first of all, I hate to give you credit. Great job there in doing the interview. But, having Matt as a student, having him as a player, now being able to see him as a teacher, then administrator, now as a coach, has to feel good for you, and then being able just to sit down and talk with him and see one of your own having success. So that has to feel good.
Yeah, really proud of Coach Knuckles. I've known him since he was an 8th grader, and I coached him all the way through high school and basketball, and so proud of him, and watch him now become a head coach and a dad and all those great things, and I'm just proud of him, and he does things the right way. It was one of the things we talked about on the way over here, is that Coach Knuckles loves the grind. He loves building a program. He helped me do that in basketball. We started, low at the bottom kind of, and built it all the way up to a we felt like was a good, respectable program that played hard all the time. And you'll see the same thing happen in football. He's down there working with those youth kids, and he's down there, giving it everything he has. So, yeah, we're really proud of him, and we're excited for him for tonight. And I just, wish the best for this season. And there's going to be so much excitement surrounding this season. And, we're about ready to kick off here to start this season.
We got the coin flip here, Coach.
And, we'll see how this turns out for us. But, on behalf of you and I'm going to say a thank you before we start so I don't forget to executive producer Mr. Romine, that he does so much of these. It helps me with these interviews. I just sit down and it's all ready to go, and we get the interviews going. And we're going to try to do some more of that stuff. You'll see a halftime interview and all kinds of good stuff. So it's a lot of fun, and we're going to try to add that element to all of our games. So and a big part of that goes to executive producer Mr. Andrew Romine. So
doing an excellent job, and he's controlling everything for us here. He's with us. This is the first road game that we've been able to have an executive producer with us, and the program just keeps going up and up at the Wes-Del Sports Network.
Other than you and I.
Yeah, has nothing to do with us. And we're getting ready to I didn't see who elected to receive there. Was that us?
Looks like
I believe we're getting the ball first.
Yeah, we're about to find out.
I
guess we probably should have paid attention to
you were talking.
Yeah.
He distracted me.
That is my job on games tonight.
Well, Warrior fans, we hope that it looks like many of you may have traveled out. You may be over there listening to us, or at least having us muted on the other side of the field. But a great crowd traveled over to Alexandria, a nice little 15-minute drive from most homes in the Gaston area. But if you're not and you're tuning in, we're glad you chose the Wes-Del Sports Network. We're glad you're with us. And hopefully we bring you a wonderful opening night football game here from Alexandria. It looks like the Warriors will be kicking off and Alexandria will be receiving.
That's Corbin Price being ready to kick off for us.
And back to receive for Alexandria is number 7, Gabe McGuire, and number 3, Colin Johns. That big head.
Hey, how dare you?
That fat head that parent is holding up is blocking my view, but that's okay.
I thought we weren't even into this first game yet, and you're calling me a fat head.
Normally, it's your fat head that's in the way.
Yeah, and I'll probably be standing here in a second anyway.
Kickoff away, and it's going to be fielded by McGuire. McGuire has it here. Shifty move, and he's got some room. And this could be, I believe they're not going to catch him. And right off the bat, Gabe McGuire has put the Tigers on the board on kickoff. And all you can say about that one, folks, is it's a long season, and we got to get the ball back and turn right around and play some football.
Well, if you watch it back, they pushed everything to the it was good blocking, pushed everything back to the middle and gave him a seam right up the right-hand side, and he was able to take advantage of it. Once he got past everyone, there wasn't anybody that was going to catch him. So they do a better job of getting over there and making sure that we contain it and force it back to the middle.
And Tigers are going to go for the extra point here and back to kick. I can't see his number very well. I do know holding will be Colin Johns. Alexandria getting set. Whistle's blown. And here's the long snap. Kick is up.
Down. That's 58 there.
And 58 is good. That's number 58, and he is Corey Layton. He's a senior. And it's 7-0 just like that with 11:45 to go. And the Warriors will now receive the kick and have a chance for their first offensive play. Exciting for the Tigers, I'm sure. It's one of those where you just say, hey, next play, move on for the Warriors. That's a tough one. It's the beginning of the year has always got jitters, you got nerves, you got new guys in new positions, especially on special teams because you're putting a lot of your younger guys out there. And that's one where when you haven't really lined up against it week in and week out at practice, it's a hard one to start off with. So always a challenge in high school football is special teams too.
Right.
Because of the fact that you don't always give it the same amount of time you give a lot of other things. And Gabe McGuire just got to the outside, got a couple of great blocks there, and he's too quick to catch.
Well, what I was going to throw in there also is that when you don't have a lot of numbers like we do, you're going to play some guys that don't play a lot of football
they're young.
The regular night.
And they're
so
learning.
What I'm saying is some inexperience out there. And they just found out how fast high school football is.
Right. And back for us, it looks like it's going to be number 3. I don't know. Abdul-Amir, and I think it might be Triton Blevins, maybe. Or
That's Trey.
that's Trey Adams. He fumbled that one. Now he's going to try to get around, and he's caught up and knocked down right about the 20-yard line. So shaking off a little bit of rust here to get going, and let's see if the Warriors can move it. I believe, Coach, we're going to see a steady run game most of the game. We can mix in some throwing this year.
Right.
Abdul-Amir is a nice little feature there that we have that can get out there and get behind some people for some big plays. So I think if they try to stuff the box, there's a chance we can go deep. Triton's definitely got the arm.
Well, you're going to have to, just like any other time, you're going to need to give that quarterback some time to throw. And if that's the case, then we do have a few guys that, with some speed on the outside.
Blevins under center. Adams was in motion. It's off to Nauman. Nauman is stopped with maybe minimal gain there. It's an experienced Alexandria team. One that we talked about is pretty talented.
Yes.
Probably right now on paper, best team on our schedule is going to be this week 1 matchup.
Yeah, you would think so, and we'll see how it plays out, but it sure looks that way. Looking at Brock right there, able to get back to the line of scrimmage, and we're going to have to win the battle up front. We're not real big up there as compared to Alexandria tonight. Now, I think for the most part, most nights will be okay, but those guys you can tell they've got some beef up front.
Blevins under center here. Second play for offense for the Warriors. Pitched it out. Nope. It is down, and I believe a fumble. And it's recovered by Alexandria. I didn't see exactly what happened on the play, but it was not Nauman. It was a fake to Nauman. And I'm going to assume that was Trey Adams, maybe the ball carrier, and I think it was just a handoff between Blevins and Adams that maybe got loose.
Yeah, it didn't look like there was a clean handoff there. And, again, when you're playing a good team, you got to do all the little things right. You can't give them a short field. You can't give them a turnover. So we're going to have to dig in a little bit here with the short field.
Alexandria 2A school in the Central Indiana Conference. The CIC is a known strong football conference, and they're predicted to do pretty well this year. They'll be going up against some good teams like Oak Hill, Eastbrook, and Mississinawa. Some larger schools for sure. McGuire to the outside again, and that is a touchdown. Second touchdown for McGuire on a screen pass. And the Tigers are quickly out to a 13-0 lead in the first 2 minutes of play here at Alexandria.
Well, you obviously see where they want to go this year with the ball.
They're going to go to McGuire. And he is, the big thing about that, he's a senior.
Right.
And
you look through that lineup, there's a lot of number 12s on there.
There's a
lot
ton of
12s
experience
under the grade, so there's a lot of seniors.
And that one is up, and it is good again, and it's a 14-0 lead. And the Warriors now just have to try to shake it off again and just continue to grind it out. So quick little action there. And while we've got some time, let's just talk about this past week. We started just about the entire fall season. A couple things that if you haven't been watching the Warriors in the news, on the social media, you may not know. But to start with, last Saturday was a big day for our girls golf team. They finished 4th as a team in the county, which was a great showing. They only have 4 girls on the golf program this year, so those numbers will soon be going up, I'm sure. But the big story was not only the 4th place finish, but it was also that Jane Armington, the freshman for the Warriors, was the first that we know of, and Mr. Denny says in history, the first girls golfer to be county champion, and she shot a 76. And then we moved on through the week and had 2 strong showings by our volleyball team against MEC opponents Daleville and Blue River. And I believe even cross country got started this week. And so I think everything's really literally kicked off as of tonight. So here's the Warriors getting
kickoff. No pun intended.
No punt intended.
Okay.
And that one clean, and I believe it's Trey Adams with it, looking for a block, and he's wrapped up. A little better return there. He's
past the 30.
Across the 30-yard line, probably to the 33.
I always like to see the guys, when they get the ball in the back, off a kickoff or a punt, to go north and south when they're running. You get a lot more done. Just put your head down, find the seam, and try to get somewhere as quick as you can. Find that blocker and Trey did a good job that time. Got us back past the 30-yard line. So not too bad field position here to start.
Warrior assistant coach Daniel Hansen, also the head baseball coach coming off a semi-state run in the spring, is the offensive play caller for the Warriors. Here's Blevins under center again. And it looks like it's going to be a pass out, and it is caught by Adams, and that's a good gain, but it's loose again, and I believe it is picked up by Alexandria.
I will tell you that was I don't know that you can't really go back and review in high school, but I
think
don't know
he was down.
And I don't know if he had it long enough.
Yeah.
But
I don't think you can.
Don't care what we think. So.
No, they don't. Have they ever?
No. Listen, I'm still paying off some fines from last year's basketball season. So
10:28 to go here, and it's back into the Tigers' hands again. We've talked about the seniors on the team, and there is just a slew of them for the Alexandria Tigers. And so far, Gabe McGuire's got 2 touchdowns, and Brady Gass has thrown one of them. And here they give it off to runner. He's running strong there. That's number 23. They said he's a good, strong runner. That is Carson Kuno. I'm probably not pronouncing that correct, but you're looking at a 6'1", 205-pound running back, and guess what? He's a senior.
Alec Thornburg and Trey Adams are able to bring him down, but you don't want those guys making a lot of tackles because that means it's back in the backfield. You don't want your defensive backs making a lot of tackles on running plays.
No, and last year that was one of the things we talked about. We had a linebacker with over 75 tackles, and we had a defensive back with 76. So that's a lot of tackles to be had out there. Little pitch play, and it's eaten up there. That was number 23 on the first for us. That is –
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's Jonah Whitworth, who had the tackle initially. You got to get your arm off of the program so I can read it.
What I'd like to do is get these in numerical order next
It would be
week.
nice if we do that at our athletic department. I'm going to put that pitch out there. If you're watching and you're part of our athletic department, get them in numerical order.
It would be nice for everyone.
That's an order from your superintendent. Here we go, and it's Brady Gast in the shotgun. Hand off to, Grayson Mealy trying to push him outside, but actually can't get to him in time. He cut upfield and finally taken down. If I could get Cunningham Optical to get me some eyes and I could read that. I think that was Dallas Godby on the tackle.
It's going to bring up about 3rd and 2 here. So
correction, Luke Powers. Luke Powers on the tackle. 3rd and 2, coach says. 9 minutes, under 9 minutes now, 8:57 to go. 14-0. Tigers have scored on a kickoff and a screen pass here early. If you're just tuning in, the Warriors have 2 fumbles on their first 2 offensive possessions.
it's a handoff again.
It's a handoff in pursuit now, coming down. I think that's a stop right there. That might have been Corbin Price on the tackle.
It was Corbin Price.
Oh, no, they've got him a first down.
Still able to pick up enough yards to get the first down, but at least you didn't break that because we've seen what happens when he gets some open field.
Yeah, that's the first time we've got McGuire down in the 3 times he's had the ball.
1st and 10 from looks like about the 16-yard line maybe.
Yeah. They're all offensive coaches down here. They've got some signs they're holding up that have different words on them.
Okay.
I've seen that tactic before. Going deep. And touchdown.
That's a touchdown.
That was caught by, I did not see if that's number 3. Yeah, Colin Johns, number 3. Again, he's a senior, 5'9", 170. Caught a deep pass there from Brady Gass.
We weren't in terrible position, but Abdullah's got to turn back and see the ball in that situation. But he wasn't in terrible position defensively. He's just got to make sure if the ball's on the way, he's got to get a hand on it.
Well, and they've got a whistle now. And we got a flag. I'm going to guess that's on the Tigers. First flag of the game, first flag of the year.
Looks like it's 5. False start.
On the official.
Well.
False start on the Tigers. It's going to back it up. If though I can tell you that Corey Layton has been putting it through, this 5-yard penalty should not be a problem. He's got enough foot to do it. This would make it 21-0 with 8 minutes to go. It's up. And it's good. It's 21-0, and that's going to lead us to our first pause here in action. You're watching Wes-Del varsity football on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
And we're back here at Alexandria High School, where the Tigers have taken an early 21-0 lead on the Warriors. It's 8:01 left in the first quarter. And Coach, if this continues, it's going to end up running that clock pretty quick. I think it's second half, isn't it? When that
Yeah,
clock
it doesn't
runs?
start till second half, and
We hope we don't get there.
We'd
Like to stop some of our own issues here with the fumbles. And
sometimes the best thing you can do is get a long possession on offense. So if we could just grind out a couple first downs here and keep the ball longer than 2 or 3 plays.
That's a decent kick. And again, this is going to be
Trey
Adams with it. Adams trying to find a hole to get up and in, and he has taken it again across to almost the 27-yard line.
He's just short of 30, so see what we can do offensively here. I know that I was trying to, like we said, move the ball a little bit, try to get a first down, and see what happens from there.
Well, at this point, we just got to stay in it mentally. It can be defeating. It's hard for kids at this age to get down 3 scores, but our focus has to be next week and really focusing on the rest of the year, so you can't just get down early. You got to keep it going. And here we go. Blevins under center. And he's away to make a pass. The pass is tipped almost. He was intended for Corbin Price. That ball was tipped by.
Not a bad pattern. Trey or Corbin, whoever it was, is open. We've got a timeout here.
Got a timeout. He's touching his elbow. I believe
somebody's got blood.
Well, I thought maybe
Godby.
Dallas Godby has blood. I thought he was signaling the people's elbow by the rock. And I thought it was a little early to bring out the people's elbow. And we have substitution coach. 82 coming into the
62?
game. 62. 8-6.
Well, I'm looking. They're not in order here. Xavier Clock.
Xavier Clock is in for Godby, a freshman.
Probably biting down on that mouthpiece a little hard.
This was not when Xavier thought he would be in the game due to an injury, but he's in there and getting some experience. Adams in motion, pitch to Adams. He's around the outside. He's got a good gain so far, probably our best carry so far of the night, a gain of 8.
Again, you just keep stringing it together.
Did not see if he went out of bounds and see no signal from an official, so I'm going to assume it runs.
Listen, I don't think that's a bad thing.
No.
We want to string this together. The best thing we could do is shorten the game.
Well, we want a first down.
That's right.
Looks like we've got a third and I'm going to say 3, a long 3.
Yeah.
So.
See what Coach Knuckles does. Then Coach, like you said, Daniel Hansen, our offensive coordinator here, see if he puts together what we're going to do, a run play, or it looks like
we got a timeout. It's going to be a timeout.
No, it's not a bad timeout.
And we're going to take a timeout here on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
Hey, Indiana. Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
Welcome back here to Alexandria High School on the Wes-Del Sports Network. You're listening to The Soup and Coach, bringing you all of your varsity football action this season. We only have 3 more road games after this, Coach. We are, I believe we talked about it earlier, the only time we're going to be on the road this year is Monroe Central, Southern Wells, and in the last game of the week or season, Cambridge City Lincoln.
Yeah.
The rest of them are all going to be at Paul L. Parker Field with the new refresh. I really think people are going to be excited when they get out there and they take a look at that field.
I think refresh is a little bit of an understatement, but yes, it's going to be very nice. I think it's I've been out there several times. I went out one night at about 8 o'clock and just watched them work, and I was the only person in the stands before school started and just enjoyed it.
It is, and they've done a nice job. We want to thank PCC Sports, Bine and Track Surfacing, and then, of course, Field Turf for the work. Hand off to Brock Nauman. He was met right back at the line, maybe a half a yard. Let's see what we do here. I would assume we'll kick.
You know what that tells me, that play tells me? Well, we'll see. I was thinking that
I'm all ears.
Well, that play made me think we're going to go for it on 4th down.
Well,
because if you're willing to run it right there, then you're probably thinking that you have 2 downs to try to get a 1st down.
And it looks like
I
think we're wrong. We're kicking. Kicking this year, I believe, is Corbin Price.
Yeah, and I think he probably would have gone for it if we picked up maybe another yard there.
And Price has it. Kicks away. It's a decent kick.
Nice kick.
See if that's end over end. Oh, good bounce. Excellent bounce. The Warriors now need to handle Gabe McGuire. And he's down the sideline. And he is gone again. Gabe McGuire.
Is there a flag anywhere? There's a flag
There's a flag.
Yeah, there's a flag.
I believe it was a block in the back here.
That one's coming back.
Yep.
Stand up a little bit if that's all right with everybody.
Well, you can do that. But the last block, I believe, was an illegal block, but that just may be me.
On this side?
Yes.
On our side, yes. It was. But I think it looks like they got one all the way on the other side of the field. So.
And we had 2 Warriors that were in pursuit that were waving. They wanted a flag on that last block. And
yeah.
It's tough on that kid. He's got a job to do, but I just think he got him at an angle where it was illegal, but I don't think that's the one they called.
No, they got one all the way on their side. And if you're Alexandria, you hate that because that's way on the other side that
had nothing to do with the play.
Had nothing to do with the play all the way on that side of the field.
I've said that every year. They always catch the ones that have nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
So the Warriors this one should be coming back. It should not count. Gabe McGuire, though, we want to find a way to keep him from the outside.
Yeah.
He has gotten out there twice, once on a screen pass and once on kickoff.
I know what we've proven, that we can't catch him when he's ahead of us.
No, did they count it?
Oh, maybe it's on us.
And I think Tiger fans, once again, it's another Alexandria.
I guess it was on us. Let's see. Here's what they're going to call.
From senior number 7,
What'd they call, a hold?
McGuire.
They wasted all that time to make that call? They wasted all that time in that football game to make that call.
Said illegal block in the back, but they pointed towards Alexandria.
The signal was an illegal block in the back, then pointed to Alexandria, so he got that wrong. He wasted half of our night. I could be at the Curve eating dinner, and he had to wait all that time to make that dumb call.
Yeah.
And once again, the kick is good.
That makes it, 27?
It's 28-0.
28, yeah, there's their point. Sorry.
28-0 with 5:56 to go. So why did they have to talk to Knuckles?
I'm confused because I just think they must have pointed the wrong way. Because why in the world Coach Knuckles would decline that? Let them have the touchdown. I have no idea.
So if I just don't understand the whole process. If the penalty's on us, wouldn't you be talking to Pete Gass instead of Matt Knuckles?
That's what I'm saying. I think.
I mean, why did they talk to our coach if the penalty's on us?
Remember, this is their first game also.
You know what I think about it?
I'm afraid to ask.
I think they suck. And I think that's why we have a shortage, because guys like me think they suck. It is what it is.
Adams back to receive the kick.
Trey Adams is back, and Abdul-Amir are back, and Leighton will kick off for the Tigers. Well, you know what? All that proved is we just left off where we stopped last year with me complaining about officials. I keep waiting for the IHSA to send me a letter and me to actually care. That one's off. That's going to be Abdul-Amir with the ball. Abdul-Amir looking for a block to the outside.
Strung out a little bit.
And he
out
is
of bounds at about, looks like the 27.
Yeah, 27-yard line, it looks like it is. You've got a better angle standing up there.
Yeah.
Are you standing up because you're sore? Or are you standing up?
No comment.
You standing up because
Yeah, I'll say no comment.
I have seen you in the weight room every day since we started the year.
Yeah.
I've been proud of you, but I have a feeling you were locking up, sitting down.
It's not been easy these last couple of days to just put my socks on, let alone sit here for too long. So we'll just leave it at that.
We're glad you grind it out and come into work every day. All right, Warriors with it again. They're going to start, I believe, on the 27-yard line. See if we can string something, a little bit of a positive run here. Try to get a first down or two on this possession. Maybe even move the ball across midfield.
Looks like we've got wide formation here. We're going to throw.
Triton's back. He's going to throw deep.
Throws it up.
That was intended for Corbin Price.
If Corbin would have stopped and tried to come back to the ball, he probably would have got a passing interference there. But you also want to try to run the pattern. But if he would have stopped right there and tried to run back a little bit, I think he'd have probably got a passing interference, but didn't. So it brings up second down.
5:44 to go in the first quarter of play here in Alexandria.
Great crowd tonight. Alexandria brought a lot
Alexandria has a great crowd.
We have, I'm
going to have to join you on the standing up portion.
We've traveled well, too. Like, I'm not surprised, but we've traveled well. Great crowd all the way around. Everybody's excited, and it's nice out, nice weather. So there's another flag.
Another flag by the White House. He's got them all tonight.
It might have been a delay of game. Delay of game on us. We didn't get that one off in time.
But I don't blame him for announcing holding. Did you see his first signal? It was terrible.
He's working on it. I think this might be his first White Hat game.
You think this? I think this might be his first game above 6th grade.
5:44 in the first quarter. I'm going to tell you what is not easy is staying here smelling these cheeseburgers and hamburgers. Man, they smell good.
Well, they've offered us pizza. You talk about hospitality. We've had great hospitality here at Alexandria.
It's awesome. It's been always
starting week one with the best hospitality goes to Alexandria. That's a pass out and right out of our hands.
Intended for Mason Davis.
Mason Davis lost that one, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 15.
The bad thing about not catching that and staying, even if you catch it and don't make a big gain, is the clock is stopped. And, we need, like we said, the best thing against an explosive team is to keep the clock running.
Yes. That is correct. It's 5:40 now, so we only ticked off 4 seconds on that one. Here's Blevins under center, assuming there'll be another pass play, and immediately they're on him. But a nice little screen. He's got some screen action, got some room. There goes Adams, almost down. He picks up about 14 yards on that pass, and it's going to bring up a tough decision here on 4th down. I believe we'll go for it. Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 2.
I thought at first he looked like there was no blocking, but that was designed to let the guys through there and dump it right over the line. That was a nice call by Coach Hansen.
Yeah, I thought the same thing at first. I thought it was a broken play, and then I realized, hey, they're doing a little this is what we want you through. And we are going to go for it on 4th down. And now we'll see if we can convert here. They're going to pack the box here on defense. Adams in motion.
I think we're trying to bark and get them to jump here. Call a timeout, yep.
And let's see if we talk about it and see what we want to do. So we're going to stay with you here through the timeout and talk a little bit. Coach, let's talk volleyball. You have a daughter, Rachel McLaughlin, who's a senior, And I know the team's been playing well. Good expectations there. Tell us a little bit about this week and what you saw.
Well, I believe the girls are ranked number 7 in 2A right now, and so they've shown themselves to be worthy of that ranking so far in the first 2 wins. A 3-0 win at Daleville, which is always nice, on the road at Daleville, and then come home to the 3-0 victory and another MEC opponent, Blue River. So 2-0 in the conference. If you noticed our schedule, which I don't know if you saw, but we play 6 conference games in a row to start the season. So we just to start out 2-0 is really important. You don't want to lose one of those early. So, yeah, the girls are doing well. I thought they played really well against Blue River. I know you were there and saw. I thought they played well, especially coming off of a game the night before at a tough, county rival. So I thought we played well in both games, but really well in the Blue River game. And so good things coming, and we're having a halftime interview here from Coach Wilson. He'll talk a little bit more about the season.
We're kicking, and it's Corbin Price. We're going to kick it away. Let's see if we can.
I'd kick that thing right out of bounds if I was.
I would too. He tried to. It's running right down the sideline, and
there comes a flag.
And now they picked it up, and McGuire has it, and we might get to him on this one, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see. You never know. I mean, I got to be honest with you. I have no idea what possibly the flag could be.
Well, we'll see.
They did talk to Knuckles, but that doesn't mean anything.
I'd like to get an explanation at halftime and see what happened there.
Well, that's something you can do.
I'll see what I can do.
Be sideline reporter at halftime at the same time as probably going to the restroom at your age.
Trying to avoid those hamburgers.
I know they smell so good. Folks, if you're here and you're listening from the other side, it's worth the walk over because the hamburgers smell good. Do we have a signal?
Yeah. It's like holding against
the Tigers?
Tigers. I'll back them up a little bit. I think might be the first time we've
been on our side?
Been down on this part of the field for a while. So it's going to start at
I think 16 maybe. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. He's walking diagonally.
Well, he doesn't have the football, so we will.
Well, there's 2 footballs out there.
Yeah, pick one.
And now we're backing it up. And, well, we're inside of that. We're down to the, what is that, the 11?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to start, about the 11-yard line.
Ball on the 11.
Well, we definitely want to contain some. Know where number 7 is.
Gabe McGuire's the guy to contain. That's absolutely true. It's 4:35 to go here, 28-0. And the Tigers have been able to.
They're going back another 5 yards.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, they took it back to the 5 or 6.
What
5.
What was? Did they change the rules? A holding penalty, a 30-yard penalty?
I don't think he knows.
That was a 30-yard penalty.
I don't know. What gets me is it was on the 16, so that's not an even increment.
Why do you light the fire? Why do you continue to put gas on the fire with me?
I don't know, but
then you try to calm me down. Oh, we jumped.
We're gonna give them that 5 right back.
Well, you never know. They got a 30-yard penalty on a hold. What's ours going to be on offsides?
That's the encroachment on us. So.
Encroachment, and he'll walk it up. Those are some good strides.
I'll bring up 1st and 5. We don't want to. Again, you can't make your own penalties, and that's one of the things that Coach Knuckles will be looking at right now. Is when it's 28-0, we got to still mentally be ready to play and get yourself ready. Those are the mistakes you can't be. That you can't allow to beat yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't have those kind of things happen.
Sophomore quarterback Brady Gass, coach's son, under center, and he hands it off. Cut back in this play. And hung on to there and finally finished off by several Warriors, but that's going to be good enough for a first down. That was number 23. Carson Cuno. I don't know. How do you say that?
Cuno. I don't know. I do know that I don't see a number 18 on our
roster.
Well,
you got to search for it.
Made the tackle.
You got to search for it.
Did I just miss it?
No.
I see an 81.
I see a 13, Trey Adams.
That's not
There's
him.
a pitch again, same runner. And there's a flag. It was thrown on the other side. I'm going to assume that's going to be on the Tigers. Yeah, they got a hold on the Tigers again.
This could be a 10-yard or 31-yard penalty. We'll see.
I don't know. I mean, it depends on who steps it off, I think. I think they've each got a pedometer on. They're trying to
Get their
steps in.
And there's 1, 2. They're
3.
going to step it off together now.
5,
2 guys are going to do it.
Yeah.
All right.
So we did. Now we're back. It's 1st and 20. The ball's on the 9-yard line. We've got 3:57 to go in the first quarter. And clock's moving. Brady Gass out of the shotgun. He's going to drop back. He's being pursued by a couple of Warriors. Roll out, throws deep, and caught. And they are going to say it is a catch. Several of our coaches said it was out of bounds, but
looks like they called that a catch over on that side. And again, Abdullah wasn't in terrible.
No, he's a good spot. He had good coverage.
We have to remember this is Abdullah's first year playing football, so he'll get better as the year goes.
Yes.
At just getting a hand in there because he's there. So now just get a hand and knock that thing down. You don't have to make an interception. Sometimes just knock it down, knock it out of their hands. He'll get better at that because he's there.
1st and 10, ball's on the 33 with that completion. Gass has, again, coach's son. He's grown up as a quarterback, and you can see it. There's a handoff. Initial move made there, and then finally tackled and down. Cuneo is the correct pronunciation, and he is up about 6 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 4. Ball ought to be on the 39, maybe just at the 39-yard line.
Luke Powers is the first one to make the hit there. Still in the first quarter.
Well, when you're playing a passing team, it could be a long night because between incomplete passes, but they've had a lot of completed passes. The clock doesn't always run like it would if you're on the ground game. Gass now fakes the handoff, and it's out to McGuire. McGuire looking for a block. Probably could have been a hold there.
Yeah, that was probably okay, but you got to get off that block.
So Corbin Price had to get off of that.
Got to get off that block and get there.
That's a first down for the Tigers. They've moved the ball well. First and 10, ball on the 46, 2:16 to go in the first quarter. 28-0 Alexandria. Brady Gass in the shotgun. Handoff. Again, tackle, got to hold on there, and that is number 18. You're right, we have a number 18. And it is...
Maybe Jonah Whitworth?
No.
Okay. No, Jonah's 23. I'm sorry.
I think 18 is Triton. I think he has a different jersey on tonight. Probably need to note that when we watch him on offense, but I think that's Triton.
It's throwing me off a little bit, I guess, since he's on defense.
He also has the play call wristband on, so I'm saying that's Triton.
All right.
Gass now, and there's a flag on the play. Let's see. What do we got?
Both of them are shaking their heads, so I think
they got it.
They were on agreement here. False start on
Alexandria.
It'll be 2nd and about 6 now instead of 2nd and a short 1. Coach Richards over there calling in the plays defensively.
2nd and 6, here we go. Brady Gass back, drops back to throw, gets one away, got open coverage there. And a couple of missed tackles, and Gabe McGuire might be taking another one to the house, and he is.
And once again, Tiger fans, that's
That is third touchdown for Gabe McGuire, 1 on the kickoff and 2 receiving. Actually, I think that might be his 4th. It is his 4th.
Well, I can tell you this, when stats come out on Monday and we want to know who's leading the state in touchdowns,
it'll be Gabe McGuire.
You might look right here in Alexandria because he might be leading the state unless somebody else has a.
He may be pushing. He may be pushing a school record with 4 touchdowns in the first quarter.
In the quarter, and yeah, I thought you were saying a game, but
he's got 3 quarters left, so we'll see what happens. 1:56, Layton out to kick, and it is good, and it is now 35-0 with 1:56 to go. We will take a short break here on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
We'll get you in a minute.
And we're back here at Alexandria. Coach McLaughlin trying to chat it up here in the booth, and I had to get him back on the air.
Listen,
you're a man of the people.
Man of the people. There's Jack Rooker carrying a camera.
When you coached basketball, everybody in Alexandria hated you.
No, they did not. It's not true. Coach Carroll and I are good friends.
That is true. And here's the kickoff to the Warriors, and Abdulamir will return. He's across the 20, and he is tackled there at just about the 20-yard line. The Warriors will take over. So another opportunity for Wes-Del to try to move things along here.
Hey, there's some water for us. Thank you very much.
And we got some water. Again, finest hospitality you're going to find so far I've seen in quite a long time is Alexandria Tigers. We want to thank Athletic Director Mickey Hosier and all the staff up here has been so kind to allow us to live stream here. We hope we have some Alexandria fans that'll go back and watch the game and just mute us. And you can watch the game. Watch executive producer Andrew Romine's great work and mute us. It is Blevins in 18, and he throws it out, and that
nice
is
catch.
caught. And
that's a nice catch.
I think that's Corbin Price.
Good hands. A lot like his brother on that one.
That was an excellent rollout, and number 18 tonight is Triton Blevins, Coach.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that he's wearing 18. I'm just sorry that I didn't make note of that earlier.
I'm sorry. I apologize for everything you do.
I might have to ask executive producer if we have the ability to see comments this year or not.
Well,
we do. Okay.
Well, I hope not. Comments from assistant commissioners at the IHSA?
No, well, we're going to clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, I'll get used to things. I'll get used to the bad officiating. Triton Blevins now. We got a couple of guys or one guy in motion here, trying to get him set again. Blevins has it, and he's going to roll out, try to get forward, and he's close to maybe a yard there on second down. It should be 3rd and 1 here. It would be nice if we could convert.
We picked up about 1 on that.
We have, I believe, due to their size on the line, which is evident, even should be on your screen, we have not been as effective on the ground, and we haven't gone back to try it as much.
Well, and that trap play is going to work a lot for us, that pulling guard, and we're going to get that play a lot this year, but it may not be tonight.
Not tonight, judging by the size of the line.
We will get that against.
We'll get it against
some of our other opponents. And we knew that coming into this game. Alexandria is going to be very good this year.
There's Blevins, and he might have got it. I think he got a first down.
So they're stopping it, so he thinks
I tell you what, he put his head in there, and he took a hit, but I think he got it.
Yeah, it looks like he did.
And that'll be the Warriors' first down of the quarter with 55 seconds to go, and see if we can string together a little bit of an offensive run here in the end of this quarter, into the second quarter.
maybe the last play of if we run here, this could end up being the last play of the first quarter.
Well, we only have 2 out on the right side, far side by our sideline, and then we've got it packed in. I believe this is a run play. Adams in motion.
Oh, hold
This
on to that
is
thing.
Out to the outside, and he is stuffed for a loss.
Mason Davis again.
Mason Davis was met by 3 different Tigers there.
Probably let that run down and end the first quarter here.
Should be. And we will be taking a short quarter break.
Give us a chance to learn about the IHSA and maybe even some sponsors. I don't know what we're
Well, and the
doing
dangers
today,
of vaping.
Yes,
IHSA will let you know about that at some time tonight.
Okay.
That's going to be the end of our first quarter here at Tiger.
Don't be an ape, don't vape. That's the end of the first quarter. Score is 35-0 here at Alexandria. A good Tiger team with a strong lead. We'll catch back up here shortly in the second quarter. You're watching Wes-Del Varsity Football on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Emma and Jake's just baby-proof their 2-bedroom bungalow to prepare for baby number 1 insurance.
We're good at Madeline and Chance's just gave in and became minivan people to make room for baby number 2 insurance.
And we're good at Gabby and Nate's just moved to a house with a bigger backyard to welcome fur baby number 3 insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
And we had to cut that ad off. It was our own ad, and that's okay. We'll get it back in
We'll
here.
get back to it.
Start of the second quarter. Levin's back to pass. He throws it deep, and
Intended for Abdullah. Had 2 guys on him.
Kind of ran into a guy.
He did, and again, that's one of those he'll learn as the year goes on. To get that call, you got to sell that call a little bit. You can run into the guy, come back, make him run through you.
So it's going to bring up third down and about 13. We have some people watching.
We do.
Yeah. Bus driver Julie Swartz always watching.
Okay.
While she's here on site. Dorothy Marvel. Hey, Ed Giesman at the campground.
Yeah.
Ed, hope you're having something good to eat tonight.
Yeah,
Let us know in the chat what you've
I
got.
think he said he was making some homemade stew.
Okay. Well, we'll stew on that for a little bit. And Mr. Producer's wife is in there. She says hello.
Third down.
Levin's on third down, rolling out. He's looking for Price, who reaches for it, just thrown outside of his hands and out of bounds right in front of the Alexandria bench. And that will be bringing up 4th and 13, and I would assume we'll bring on the kicking team, which has not been the best, not the kicking team. It's not been that. It's not been the best because of Gabe McGuire, who.
Yeah, the coverage has not been great.
You know, I wouldn't, even on a moped, I don't think I could have caught Gabe McGuire in high school.
No.
Not on the moped I had.
I think the last time he kicked it out of bounds, tried to kick it out of bounds, and it just rolled down the sideline.
Well, this one's going to be fielded by McGuire again. And we gotta get there. We got to get there. And nice tackle made there by number 52. That's Luke Powers.
That's Malachi
Du Bois.
Well, for the first time, we were able to force him back inside where you at least have some help.
That's true.
So we forced him back in. And
I believe on the outside there, that was a good pursuit. You got to stay in your lane was a big thing.
Yeah.
And we looked a little better on that play.
I feel like you told me that on the way here.
Yeah, I did tell you to stay in your lane. You're trying to.
I wasn't driving either.
No.
Yeah.
No, you. Somehow you get my wife going. She starts yelling at me.
Well, it doesn't take much.
No, it doesn't. I think I take care of that myself.
Yeah, you get yourself in enough trouble. I don't need to.
What's the flag? There was a flag.
We're going to see. It looks like against Alexandria.
And I didn't see the call. I don't know if we've had a signal yet.
There's a. Well, I won't go there.
Don't start it.
No, I'm not going to get you going because
it's a hold.
That was a New Year's resolution you made, I think, wasn't it?
What, that I wasn't going to complain about the officials?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
That 10-yard penalty, so I'm guessing illegal block in the back.
You know how I'll get paid back is I'll become an official.
Yeah.
And then everyone can yell at me. And these guys will be – they can line them all up that I ever got complained about.
Yeah, that's right.
They can throw stuff at me. I don't care. So Alexandria gets it here. I think it's on the 40-yard line, maybe the 41. 1st and 10.
Handoff
here. Up the middle, and he is not
trouble.
touched. And he's gone, and that is Cuneo with the touchdown, and that is a 60-yard, 59-yard touchdown. And he was pretty much untouched on that one. It was a handoff, and if you noticed, it was McGuire back there this time, and he handed it straight to him.
Yeah.
And it was right up the gut.
That's going to work for him because that is tough to handle. If you can hand it off to him or keep it, if you're McGuire, then that's going to be tough.
Yeah, I do believe that this is in my prediction, this is going to be a strong year for Alexandria, and they're going to have a lot of success in the CIC. They look really good. Leighton with the extra point, and that's going to push it to a 42-0 lead. And there's 11:26 to go in this one.
Well, you know, if you're Coach Knuckles, you're looking for guys that have a little bit of fight in them. You're looking for things to build on for next week, and you're looking to execute a little better. Clearing things up, I would imagine that we'll address some things at halftime about our coverages on punt and kickoffs. And just overall, this is just the first quarter of football, so we're going to want to see us get a little bit of fight back and push back and see where we go from here.
As we mentioned, next week we will host Tri-Central at home at Paul L. Parker Field. Exciting evening, which is going to be a family fun night. We've got a lot of things going on. Ribbon cutting will be taking place for the new facility, the track and football field, and we'll be doing that at 5 o'clock. We'll have fans coming in around 5 o'clock for the ribbon cutting. There will also be an opportunity for an open facility at 5:30. So if you're coming out to the game next week, make sure you're there at 5:30. You'll get a chance to walk out onto the track while the Warriors are on the field warming up and get a chance to really see the entire facility. And after that, we have an athletic booster tailgate. This looks like it's Trey Adams.
It is.
He's up across the 30-yard line. So I believe the athletic boosters will be doing hamburgers and hot dogs in the back lot behind the school there.
Okay.
And probably be some music played. Hopefully not Mr. Denny's playlist. If it is, it'll be a Steady Diet of Poison from 1987. And
he'll probably be singing it.
Probably a little Prince. And then no doubt he'll be singing Fishing in the Dark.
Yeah.
I'll
be somewhere else.
I would be too. But the tailgate will be out back, and then that'll be after we have the open facility. We'll have fans leave, come back in, get their tickets, and then we'll be kicking things off. We have nearly 200 faculty and staff and family signed up to come in for the VIP faculty night too. It's an exciting night. Warriors have it here. Triton Blevins under center. Hard count here. Finally away. He gets it.
Mason Davis.
Mason Davis has it, and a nice little quick play there to draw What I like about that, Coach, is they know that the line for Alexandria has been very aggressive to get back to the quarterback in there. It was a quick, short pass right there to the opening to Davis, and he picks up 6.
Well, get it out of your hands quick.
Yep.
Get it to someone in a little bit of space and allow them to make some plays. That play's worked a couple of times now for us.
And here we go at 2nd and 3. 2nd and long 2 on the 41-yard line. Triton getting them set. And ball's away, and here's Brock Nauman, and he's met by a host. And they finally blow that dead. But I think Brock got a yard on the carry, maybe back to the line they might be marketing.
Yeah, he again, Brock's going to have a good year. It's just it is a tough battle up front tonight. He's going to have a good year.
This is one of the biggest teams we're going to see as far as pound for pound and size wise on our schedule.
Yeah, we probably should talk a little bit about our schedules. Changed it up a little bit this year. We made some changes.
We go Tri-Central, then we go Greenwood Christian.
Right.
We have, as we mentioned, Monroe Central, Southern Wells, Cambridge City Lincoln. These are not in order.
No.
We also play North White.
North White, Tinley again,
and Indianapolis Tinley. So,
get on that.
And that one's loose and maybe recovered by a Warrior, I believe it was.
Yeah, I think we fell back on that.
So that'll be the 3rd fumble. This one recovered by the Warriors. The other 2 were recovered by the Tigers. This will be 4th down, and I would assume we'll be kicking away again. And Gabe McGuire is back. Nope, Gabe McGuire has returned enough for the time being. It's number 14 for Alexandria. That's Mason Fuller. He is a sophomore, 5'9", 143. He's back there to return Corbin Price's kick. Kick is high, not deep.
Well, maybe it might hit one of them.
And it is bouncing out of bounds, and it's going to be out at the...
It's like about the 44.
Yep, Coach, you've got it. Eagle Eyes.
I think one of the teams we didn't mention that will play is Union County.
Oh, yeah, Union County. We played them at Ball State last year.
Yeah.
Yep, the Patriots. I think they're Union County Patriots. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's right. Red, white, and blue. You know, I've always wondered, is red, white, and blue the most common school color in Indiana?
I would say no, but that's just a guess.
Really?
Red, white, and blue? Like all 3 of those colors?
Yeah, I can name 3 schools right now: Southern Wells, Elwood, and Union County. Okay. You want me to keep going?
Well, I don't. He just wanted
Jay County?
Yeah, so far that's 4.
Yeah.
How many schools are there? I forget.
395.
Like my percentage is better. I'll take the field.
You want to take a road trip and try and figure that out? Or?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, let's try it. Red, white, and blue. I'm going with it being the most used color. Oh, they're going deep. They are going deep, and they got a guy. If he keeps running, he's behind him. And that is a touchdown. A long touchdown.
Nice pass.
Kate Abshire, the senior, 6'1", 191, got behind everybody, and Brady Gast, I believe that was Brady Gast. Gabe McGuire?
McGuire threw that one.
Well, so Gabe McGuire now throwing touchdowns.
Catching, throwing. He's got his hands all over this game.
So Gabe McGuire, I assume, is Alexandria's Bo Jackson.
He is tonight for sure.
I mean, is there anything he can't do? So, I mean, I think they missed the kick.
No, it snuck through there.
It did?
Yeah, it snuck through.
Good grief. 49-0, 8:51 to go.
Here in this first half, we're going to stick with you through the break.
Yeah, we are. So, take a look here at the
So we did – well, go ahead. We did mention a few other things going on. We have some really great things in golf going on right now, which is –
I think we talked about that.
We did, but I wanted to get back to it because I didn't get a comment. I just thought –
I laid that all out there, and you just let it stay on the table.
No, we had to get right to a play. But, we've had a lot of excitement around that, and cross-country, like you said, is going, volleyball's going, and then middle school sports will kick up here this week. So we're right in the thick of it. It seems like we've only been to school for a week, and all of a sudden we've got all these sporting events going on. You get right into it. Get to a sporting event live because it's fun for the kids. Yeah. It's I thought the student section at volleyball was great.
Fantastic. It was fantastic. I said that to Courtney, my wife. We went to the game. We were sitting up top on the there against the wall at Richard E. Johnson Gym. Best seat in the house to me, but second best seat would be in that student section. There were only about 3 rows I counted that weren't full at the top, and that's really impressive. It kicks away, and this is going to be Trey Adams, I think. He picked it up again.
It's Abdul-Amir.
Oh, it's Abdul-Amir, and he is stuffed down there about the 15-yard line.
One thing I was talking to some of the volleyball girls about, they said, now we just got to teach those guys some volleyball cheers and get them rowdy down there because they were in good force. There was a lot of them there. So there's a lot of good things going on. We'll mention our cheerleaders. We haven't even talked about our cheerleaders yet, and we'll mention them here in a little bit.
And save them for the second half.
Yeah, I will.
Where they can really get their glory. But they're working hard over there. I think we might be in the alternate 7th uniform. Cheerleading squads always have about 14 uniforms. I think we're in what they call Alt 7. That's the maroon with the warrior head. Yeah, we'll talk to our athletic director about that.
We get this roster.
We got some roster issues we want to talk to with Mr. Denny. Nice run there by Brock Nauman. A good head of steam there.
Ran right behind Grayson Neely that time. They were able to pick up a few yards.
You know, something that we haven't been able to talk about that happened last year because we weren't in live stream was what an amazing run by our baseball program and headed all the way to the semi-state. Got to play Lafayette Central Catholic there in Lafayette.
Yes.
And
I have a feeling that I'll probably try to sneak a interview in here, or our halftime interviews in with Daniel Hansen, our baseball coach, and talk to him at some point. So.
And the lights, I noticed that too. Ooh, man. The line there broke down, and
Owen Long, that was his first carry of the year, and he's going to remember it.
Yeah. 7:43 to go here. You hear Owen Long's out there, so coach is putting in some different guys, getting some different action. Again, building a program, getting a lot of guys some looks.
Well, the other thing you're building is some depth.
Yes.
You want to build some depth and get some guys some action and get them out there and let them play.
Well, last 2 years, no JV schedule. This year we've got one, and they're excited about the JV games coming up. So, again, you're building a program. And
we'll be right back here Monday, I believe, for a JV game.
Yes. And there is to Abdul-Amir, and it is intercepted.
Oh, he dropped it.
Did he drop it?
Abdullah did a nice job of grabbing him.
Yeah, he did. He stayed right there with him.
Well, he grabbed him, too, by the back of the jersey and knocked it out of his hand. So
that's the quality of playing both sides of the ball and being a defensive back at the same time. He gets to
he did a nice job of
understand how to
sure
do
that he didn't get that interception. So
fourth down, I bet you Corbin Price is going to be back to kick, and he should be. And let's see if Gabe McGuire is going to go back and receive here. It is Gabe McGuire. And that's a line drive, go out of bounds.
That's the smartest thing we've done all night.
That's the best thing we could do with Gabe McGuire back there. Guy has 17 touchdowns already.
That might be the smartest play we've made so far.
And kicking it out of bounds. Excellent job, Corbin. We have proven that Gabe McGuire doesn't need to touch the ball.
They'll take over at about the 43, it looks like. 7:05 here to go in this first half.
A couple other things to talk about off the subject of athletics.
Okay.
For those of you that are concerned with the academic side of things, last year it was announced that Wes-Del was the first East Central Indiana school district, K-12, to get certified by the Department of Education in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. That was a 2-year certification process, and a lot of work went into that. And that is
Triton Blevins with
Kuino with that. Triton Blevins with the tackle.
Yeah, and here's the other thing that goes along with that STEM is that we host one of the nicest and probably best STEM days
one of the
across
best
the
around.
state because people come from all over the state administrators come from all over the state to see how we
to see ours as a model. Absolutely, we have a model program led by David Lamb at the elementary, along with all the staff down there. They contribute into our STEM programming. He is our STEM teacher, and then at the high school, middle high school, you have Austin Williams and several other teachers involved in our Project Lead the Way and our STEM programming. And that is number 24, who's finally taken down. Good job of hanging on for the tackle there.
Luke Powers.
By Luke Powers. Number 24 for Alexandria is Abram May. He's another senior.
Grayson Mealy got through there. He ran through the gap next to him. They couldn't grab him, but he was able to get through.
15 seniors on their roster.
Yeah. And they look like it. They're playing like seasoned veterans.
Yeah.
Good skill players.
Well, I'm just going to tell you right now.
Good skill players.
I hope 63 doesn't play basketball because he's about 6'6", and looks like he could set a mean screen. And that one is stopped and still running, and they're still on top of him, and several Warriors finally being carried down. Kuino.
Mealy with a tackle there.
And Alexandria, I'm going to say it's going to be a special season for them. And I'd be surprised if they don't prove me correct, but I would think this is going to be a good year for Pete Gast and a special year for Alexandria football.
Coach Gast and I taught together for a year at Bluffton High School when he was under Coach Hostetler, and he was the freshman boys basketball coach. I was the varsity assistant for Wayne Barker, so I spent a year with Coach Gast at Bluffton. Always had a good time at practice.
Oh, there's a nice play there. Good coverage, and Corbin Price, I think, gets behind there. No, that's Whitworth.
That's Jonah Whitworth.
Jonah Whitworth with the sack.
He didn't play last year, so getting some valuable experience.
Fantastic to have Jonah back. And a great pursuit of the quarterback there. And a nice job by the secondary to cover him up there. Everybody did a nice job defensively on that play.
Jonah showed his athleticism right there.
Yeah, we had that for a while in basketball, and we love Jonah. Jonah's one of my favorite guys. He's one thing about Jonah in basketball and just being around him is he just always made me laugh, and I could always appreciate that out of him. But he's definitely very athletic.
Yes.
There they are again, and
there's a hard count.
Hard count. And we jumped.
Smart play there. Good hard count.
4:08 to go, and just a little peek into halftime. So you have a plan, Warrior fans, to not go too far. We have an extended halftime interview with head coach of our volleyball program, the legendary Biff Wilson, two-time state champion in 2011, 2014 with the Wes-Del Warriors and state runner-up in 2009.
And I don't want to give away a whole lot about our interview, but for those of you that don't know, Coach Wilson has announced this will be his final season at the head of our Warrior volleyball program. And my gosh,
15 years, if I'm correct.
And 3 state champion appearances and 2 championships. So
2 out of 3 isn't bad, as Meatloaf would say.
Yes, he would.
Here is Alexandria on second down. It's a pitch outside to McGuire. McGuire trying to force him out of bounds, and that's some of the best pursuit we've had.
Way to force him out of bounds.
Minimal damage there.
And, even though it's early here in the game still, in the second quarter, you can tell that Coach Gast is trying to work in some other guys to get some experience too. So he's playing some younger guys and some other guys that haven't played as much, getting them some experience because, you're building depth for the season. You never know when you're going to need a guy and it has to play. And it's the more experience you can get them early in the year, the better off you are.
My concern is really that is Abram May, and he put his head down, and he was running over some Warriors. That's why I said, that was a helmet-to-helmet connection there.
Yeah, 2 guys hit each other.
I have a concern across the field as the night progresses because they've got the home side lights on, but the away side went out. They were on, and they went out a while back. I bet you there's somebody over there just scrambling to work on those.
Well, if we see Athletic Director Mickey Hosier climbing a pole, then we'll know something's going on. I know it won't.
If we see him lick both fingers and try to grab a wire, we're going to need some help.
Looks like a field goal attempt here. Practicing for the
season. Yeah. This is Corey Layton. And this one shouldn't cause him any trouble. Oh, high snap. Let's see if we can pursue this. And we do. And a tackle made there by Mason Davis. Nice job there by the Warriors to capitalize on that.
Yeah, we get away from that with no points. 2:56 to go, and Wes-Del will get the ball.
So once again, we'll have a long halftime interview. Coach McLaughlin sits down with head volleyball coach Biff Wilson to talk about the year. And why is our athletic director calling you while we're on the air?
I don't know, but I'm going to take it.
Okay, well, I'll turn you down.
Yes, thank you.
I turned myself down while he takes a phone call. Can you tell the athletic director to not talk to us while on live air? Okay. I bet you that was really important.
He wanted to know if we got water up here. I don't know. All of a sudden he's concerned. I asked for it hours ago.
Is that him over there in the jeans?
Yeah, that's it. No.
Oh, I thought.
That's his dad.
Oh.
That's the Denny we like.
That's the Denny we do like. Carry there was Mason Davis.
Yeah, Mason Davis again.
Mason Davis getting some good carries here. Again, both coaches working in some younger guys and some different guys. And
well, you think about Mason Davis here, exactly what you just talked about, no JV last year.
Yeah.
Sophomore, and if you've seen him over the summer, his body's changed a little bit. He's a lot ready for a little bit more contact because he's filled out a little bit. Yeah. So you got to get him out there and see what he can do.
That's a great opportunity to do it. Hey, lights are back on the visitor side.
There we go.
Shout out to the Alexandria Maintenance Department. I'm sure there was somebody over there that made it happen. And looks like Triton trying to get out of trouble there as I think the pocket didn't really break down, but he didn't have his receiver on this side that he was looking at open. And
this is one of those nights you got to get rid of the ball quick.
Yep.
You're not going to get a lot of time back there, so when the guy's open, you're going to have to let it go.
He's coming up a little bit gimpy there, a little hobble.
He's all right.
He's fine. He's going to stay in there. Coach Hansen's going to give him the call here on 3rd down and 13. Ball on the 20. 1:38 to go. Clock is running. 49-0. Alexandria leads. And I think we're going to use our final timeout. And
got that one in late because Triton went over there and was shaking that one off a little bit. Not a bad
It is
idea.
our final timeout, and we're going to take a quick break here for a message. You're watching Wes-Del Varsity Football on the Wes-Del Sports Network. We're back here at Alexandria High School. Warriors are 3rd down and 13. And the white hat blowing his whistle because he can.
There he goes.
Because he has the white hat and he's allowed to do that.
Looks like he maybe
looks like he got his bike stolen and he's got a girl named Dottie that's looking for him.
He was karate chopping right there.
Looks like he should be a bellhop. Paging Dr. Herman. And we lost great Paul Rubens. All the good ones are going.
Yeah.
You know, the legends. You know that half of our viewing area doesn't even know who that is due to age.
I'm just trying not to laugh on air here, but
Well, I know
There's a
you
nice
are, but
punt.
what am I? Oh,
That's going to be
that's going to be something.
There's two flags down now.
There's flags a flying.
Multiple flags. And Coach Gast has given somebody an earful because it didn't really have a whole lot to do with the play.
No, but one of our guys went flying in a
yeah.
way that you don't normally do.
If you're already in his back, you probably don't need to push.
Nah. Yeah, you might catch it on the
Nice return by Mason Fuller.
27.3 left here in this.
ball's not going to be on the. Well, they're sorting it out still.
First game for.
That one official.
Don't say.
That one official.
No.
His hat is not
I
even
know.
close to being straight.
I know. I saw.
It looks like he got
Don't.
dressed. It looks
I
like he
knew-
got dressed tonight.
I knew it was coming.
Did you know I was going to go after the
Yes.
hat? It looks like he got dressed tonight, got halfway here, and only could find his son's hat in the car.
Knew it
That
was
hat is not even covering half of his head.
coming. I knew it was coming.
Did they already?
10, ball on the 20, 27.
I don't even know. What was the call?
We're going to re-kick it. So it must have been multiple penalties on both teams, so it's going to be a replay.
Oh, my goodness.
There's penalties on both teams, so that means that it's a do-over in the old days. On
That's a good kick. And it's out, the best part is it's out of bounds.
yes,
Kick goes out of bounds.
Good kick, Corbin.
22 now, seconds left.
And our Tigers will take over on the 50-yard
And
line.
tell me this: how do you spot where it goes out? Is that just a
It's a
a
guess. It's a guess.
guesstimation?
Yeah,
Because that's not even close to where I thought it went out.
yeah, let's go.
I know that's shocking to the fans at home that I didn't agree with that spot, but of course, if you wear your hat like that, you're not seeing anything straight anyway.
45-yard line here for Alexandria.
Is there a propeller on top of his hat?
I don't think so.
I'm going to straighten it at halftime.
Good crowd here tonight.
Great crowd. Great crowd. Good segue, Coach.
Let's see, we're going to
Let's see
hand
what
off
we
up
got
the
a hand
middle.
off. That's Q&O. No, that's not Q&O. That's Abram May. And a good final tackle there
Takes it down right about the
by Triton Blevins. He got his helmet knocked off on that tackle.
See
Abram
if-
May.
10 Tigers.
We'll see if Coach runs another play here. It looks like they will. They could run it out here if they wanted to. And
13 seconds
in.
left. Let's see if they.
But again, there's just stuff you got to work on. So this is a quick chance to work on your quick.
Abram May again, and he is tackled.
I think that'll be it. Coach Gast is saying that's it. So they'll run out the time.
And that's going to end our first half.
And that is the end of the first half, and it will be a 49-0 halftime score. Alexandria dominated the first quarter, really, and it was dominated by Gabe McGuire, who I believe has 4 touchdowns, and 3 of those receiving, 1 on a kickoff, and his 5th one was a thrown ball for a touchdown. That's just unofficial on my side, and that has to be close to a school record, and again, non-official school record, but this is easily showing to be a special Alexandria team for any of you Alexandria fans. I think you're going to enjoy this team this year. But when we return, it will be a quick second half because we are past the 35-point threshold, folks. So don't go anywhere. We've got a couple of special things. Clock will run in the second half, but we've got a special interview coming up here in just in a moment. Coach, you had the chance to sit down with Coach Wilson. Give us a little preview into what we're going to see here.
Well, we talked a little bit more just about his decision and to step away. We didn't talk so much just volleyball as far as the season goes because I'm doing some pregame interviews with him for his volleyball games, the ones that were at home at least. And so we talked a little bit just about what's going on and some of the decisions that got him to that point, and just kind of chatted, and it was a little bit more of a laid-back conversation, and so I think people will enjoy it. Obviously, Coach Wilson is going to go down, and we have one of the few West Hall of Fames for a school, and obviously he'll be in the that Hall of Fame and the Delaware County Hall of Fame and all the Hall of Fames around here, and well deserved. So he and I just sat down and talked a little bit, and it was a good time to just kind of reflect on his time at Wes-Del.
And there you go, a little preview of Coach and his sit down, and that's going to be the segue we have. I want to go grab a burger and get down here and see this halftime show from Alexandria's band. Here you go. It's an interview with Coach McLaughlin and head volleyball coach Biff Wilson.
Welcome to the halftime show here with head coach Biff Wilson. I'm Coach McLaughlin. Coach Wilson, starting a new year, it's a little bit of a different feel for you. We can talk about it as we go here, but you've announced that this will be your final year, so it's going to be an interesting year for you. Everything's the first time that you're going to try different or go here, or I'm sure you've thought about that as the years is going to go on and as the year progresses. And I can fill you in a little bit about how that feels. But just tell me a little bit about why you came to that decision, maybe, and that maybe when and how you knew it was your time.
Math. I'm going to be 63 next year.
Well, we would have known. I mean, don't let this baby face fool you.
It tastes terrible, yeah, saying that. And it's kind of, I say it sort of abruptly to people and to players. I said, I'll be lucky to live another 15 years, 20 years by the actuarial tables. I'm a person of many interests, and I have a lot of interests, and I love to coach, and I love my teams. But I've also got a boat that's been sitting in my driveway for 5 years and a dog that misses me. There's more to do, and I can see the clubhouse. The first greens way back, so I've got a limited amount of time now. Hopefully, I've got another 30 years. But if I were 10 years younger, I'd still coach. But I'm not. So it's just probably time. There's nothing wrong with a new voice. There's nothing wrong with new ways of doing things.
Sure.
And I look forward to watching. I look forward to seeing the program continue and these younger players develop. So I'm anxious, or I'm looking forward to having more time, but I'm not looking forward to necessarily being out of the gym and not being with my players. So it is kind of bittersweet.
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel, and we'll probably talk a lot this year about different things. But
the best news is I don't have to coach another match in Cowan's gym. That's a hot box, and this year,
yes,
it's something. That's I guess one thing.
There's always positives. I mean, I'm sure we'll find some more.
Yeah.
When you look back at all the years of coaching, I know I did this a little bit last year, reflecting on it. It seems like it really went fast. Some of the years, it's just you get in the middle of it, and the dog days are there. But when you look back at all the time that you were in coaching, give me a highlight or two that just popped to your head when you're thinking about these years of coaching. Just something that that's going to be a memory that I always remember.
I think starting to coach at Muncie Central was a big deal for me because I had no volleyball experience, and I was taken under Dave Shondel's wing, so I was trained as a coach as opposed to a player. And those were I didn't know that it could be so fun, because it really was. And being a freshman coach or a JV coach, you're a really popular guy in the program because you're not the varsity head coach.
Right.
So then I'm missing about 5 years after that. I'm not sure what happened, and I landed here at Wes-Del, and it's been a tremendous experience at Wes-Del. I thought Muncie Central was great, and then I came here and just even had a bigger family experience, and I'm certainly not the most popular guy in the program. Well, that's really why I hire female assistants, so I can be the guy in the program, the only guy in the program. But it's as far as things that here at Wes-Del, of course, the state championships
Sure.
are cool.
Sure.
3 appearances and 2 wins, and the players that went along with that. But some of my more enjoyable years were actually some of the years where it didn't turn out so great record-wise.
Right.
Always had great kids, and even if it wasn't the record wasn't what we wanted it to be, they never stopped working hard. They never stopped being proud of where they played. They never stopped being a part of the community. I guess, it's just been a really good experience. And I'll reflect a little bit as we go, but not a whole lot. I'm really pretty much in game mode now.
Yeah.
And looking forward to who are we playing, who's next, when can I scout. A lot of last firsts, a lot of first lasts.
Yeah.
And not looking forward to it being over, but eventually it will be.
Yeah, we all get to that point. I had a coach tell me years ago that, you'll know when it's the right time. And I think both of us have had enough discussions that, we felt like it's the right time to be done. And, it's bittersweet. And I think it didn't hit me really until like after games. Okay, that's the last time I'll be in that gym, when I get home and reflect a little bit on the game. So it'll be interesting. We'll have some talks to just see how the year goes. And I think this should be a fun year for you.
I think so.
It's a great group of kids that you've got to work with, so I think you're going to have a blast with them. And you're very involved here at Wes-Del anyway with other stuff, so I'm assuming that some of those other activities that you are part of will continue. I don't think you're retiring from announcing basketball games and things like that, right?
No. If everything works out, my people are talking to the Wes-Del Sports Network. I'd love to be up in the booth with you next year.
Absolutely.
Talking about volleyball.
Let's do it.
We got a sticking point. I get 2 Diet Pepsis for announcing basketball and for softball. We're kind of stuck at 1 Diet Pepsi right now, but I have confidence in my people to get that done.
Well, let's hold out.
Hold
out for that.
Exactly.
Second one. We'll talk a little bit about, we're so excited about what's happening, all the fun things here in Wes-Del. Like tonight, we have the following week, we have our opening of our new football stadium. And I think that's just going to be there's a lot of excitement around Wes-Del. And, I think there's going to be an extra amount of excitement around volleyball this year. One, because we have such an exciting team. I think the fun team to watch. From seeing them this summer, they're just scrappy and just don't give up on plays, and they seem really fun to coach. And then you've got the football, and we've got golf doing well, and I'm sure cross country, when they get started, are going to do well. So a lot of exciting stuff going on here at Wes-Del.
Absolutely, and that was part of the fun of the summer. We were out here 4 days a week. So after practice, you do a lap around the building just to see what's happening with the football field. You see new color out there. I've got my eye on all that extra turf out there. It might be gone by now, but my backyard needs some work.
I was going to say, keep you from mowing your grass.
Yeah, exactly. But that was cool. And you look around the building during the summer, and you see paint, things being painted, improvements being made. We knocked a wall out of the girls' locker room. By design. I mean, it was not out of any anger or anything, but so we're looking forward to some new digs back there, I'm really looking forward to that football game.
Yeah, I am too, and just encouraging everyone to get to that home football game, get to as many volleyball games as you can this year. Wes-Del has always been known for great support. I know that you probably feel the same as I do over the years. Just the amount of support we have and the way we travel as fans. For a small school is just like no other place I've ever been.
Oh, absolutely. And the story I tell, and I've told it 1,000 times probably, it was my first home. I think it was our first home loss. This is back in 2009, my first year here. And again, some of my experiences prior to coming here sort of fed what I thought I would expect out of losing a volleyball match. And we lost that match. The students lined up in a tunnel, and they're chanting people's names, and they're waiting for me to come through the tunnel. And my thought is, we lost.
Right.
Why are you doing this? And they haven't stopped for 15 years. And I kind of knew I was home then. I think I knew this is the place I think I want to be for a long period of time. So to land here and to end my coaching career here, I couldn't ask for a better situation.
Yeah, that's a lot of guys that have come from other schools. A lot of us from a particular school too.
Yeah.
You and I both the same. Our producer and my co-anchor here that we'll go back to right after this halftime show. But all of us kind of feel like this is home. Mm-hmm. We started somewhere else, but boy, this has become our home now. So on behalf of everybody from Wes-Del, let me just be one of the people that says thank you for everything you do and for what you've done for the volleyball program. It's been great to watch. It's been my pleasure to watch. I've been a great fan, and I got here at just the right time. I was here to watch us win that first state championship.
Oh, yeah.
I just thought that was, hey, let's do this every year. So, it's been my pleasure to be part of a coaching staff with you, and just keep it going. Let's get as much and make this year go as long as we can, and continue to be a part, and I know we both will continue to be a part of Wes-Del and Wes-Del volleyball and Wes-Del traditions and everything else that comes along with Wes-Del. So, just good luck this year. Enjoy it, and let's see how well and far we can go.
I appreciate it. I think it's going to be a great fall for Wes-Del sports.
I do too, and so thanks to Coach Wilson, our first halftime guest this year. He set the bar very high, so we'll be back with you in just a few minutes after this break. But for second half of Wes-Del football, I'm Coach McLaughlin here with Biff Wilson.
Well, that was another absolutely riveting interview by Coach McLaughlin. I think that now that you're retiring, or your retirement has taken effect, you have found your calling.
What?
You are our Jim Nance, our Gus Johnson.
I'll take it.
You're our Vern Lundquist.
Well, I haven't lined up this week for this. Of course, we have to do the interviews next week ahead of time so that they're ready, and the executive producer has time to edit everything. And so I haven't lined up this week's guest yet, but we're getting there. And, we've got volleyball on Monday, so we probably ought to mention that. We'll be back on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
You got a mouse in your pocket?
Well,
you said weird.
I'm working on some guest hosts. But that'll be Monday at home against another MEC opponent, Eastern Hancock.
Ah, yes.
And then we'll play our other county rival, Wapahani, on Thursday, who I believe right now, and I will see when it comes out, but I believe they were number 1 in 2A to start the season. So we will obviously look forward to that game. It's going to be a fun game, I think, at Wapahani. So hopefully we'll go into that game 3-0 after a win versus Eastern Hancock, but you don't ever want to count your chickens. But we will then go to Wapahani. So it's another exciting week for Coach Wilson and the volleyball team. And a couple of the volleyball girls are here working the sidelines by doing some photography for Warrior Sports, I think it is, or whatever
it's
Warrior.
Warrior Creative. It's part of our media program, but
Warrior
you'd have to walk down the hallway to get involved in anything.
Well, I do like Coach Stanley, our JV coach, but I don't get down that way a whole lot.
No, you're busy.
I get tied up down there.
You're busy, tied up down there teaching physical education and health to the young Warriors.
Yes.
Just giving you a insight and giving you next week's schedule, since Coach kind of got his way through there.
Yeah.
We'll jump over volleyball, but it is Monday. And then on Wednesday, the girls' golf, careful with that pizza.
Oh, yeah.
The girls' golf will be hosting Eastern Hancock. And our cross-country team will be participating in the Arabian Roundup at Pendleton Heights. That is Wednesday. Thursday, we talked about Wapahani for volleyball. And Friday, our boys open up the home season with Tri-Central there at Wes-Del.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Why wouldn't
I was going to jump. No, I was going to jump back into that Arabian cross country meet is a fun one. We go against schools that we would never think that we're going to run or see or ever compete against, but we'll see schools like Fishers and some really big Pendleton, and I've been to that one several times. And what day is it?
It's Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll check my schedule, but it is a fun one. It's a neat cross country. I enjoy going.
It's got 2 texts from cross country runners. They want you there.
I enjoy cross country. I enjoy watching cross country meets.
Coach will be there, guys. He's going to make the ride to Pendleton.
It's going to be a
Heights.
hot one, though.
A little bit.
Yeah, kids stay hydrated.
All right. After that, let's finish up the week with the girls MEC conference at Maplewood, and we are hosting. We host both the county tournament and the conference tournament there. We hosted the county tournament at the Muncie Elks, and that's where Jane Armington shot the 76. We didn't talk that in length. You know, she went down as a freshman. She was playing against two seniors.
Yeah.
Senior number 1 from Delta and senior number 1 from Yorktown. Tied with the Yorktown senior who won it last year. Jane Armington was tied on the last hole.
Right.
She puts it 7 feet on her approach shot and 2 putts, and Yorktown 3 putts. And she wins 76, 77.
I have her in class right now, and I told her after that on Monday, I said, how nervous were you? And she goes, I really wasn't, because I thought I was up 1. So she thought going into that hole she was up 1.
We can thank our math department.
So continue, whatever takes the pressure off. Keep going.
Absolutely.
But yeah, she's playing really well, and nice addition to the golf team.
Yep, and just a lot of exciting things happening at Wes-Del as always. It's always it's just a fantastic place to really to be a part of and to see these kids. And I know that the first half was rough, but we talked about it. Alexandria, 15 seniors by far. If you're looking at a preseason look at our schedule on paper, they're by far the most talented team that we can see that we're going to see. A big competition in the Central Indiana Conference, as we said. They've got to go up against the likes of Oak Hill, Eastbrook, Frankton, Mississinawa, and those schools. So they're gonna have some tests in the season. Alexandria will. They'll see Eastbrook. That'll be a tough one, and they'll see Oak Hill too. That I'm sure will be a tough one as well. But for us, again, we talked about it. A completely new schedule, as we probably haven't mentioned so far. We are not participating as an MEC football school this year. So our
we got it right here.
Yeah, our season. Run them off in order. I know Tri-Central next week.
Tri-Central next week, and then we are home again against Greenwood Christian. That'll be a new opponent we have not played yet, so we'll welcome our friends from Greenwood. Then we go on the road to an opponent we've played before, but it's been a few years. We go to Southern Wells and play them, and then back home again for North White at Monroe Central, one of the MEC schools that is still on the schedule. Then we will have a home game against Indianapolis Tinley, a home game against Union County, and then we go to Cambridge City Lincoln to finish the season, and then, of course, sectional.
I believe Tinley's homecoming, and I believe that last one, Union County, is senior night, and then we, like you said, finish on the road at Lincoln. That's the order of events. We're getting ready to kick off here the second half, Coach.
Okay.
And remember, the clock will be running. It's past the 35-point threshold. And there is Corey Layton kicking off, and that'll be Corbin Price. Will be returning, I believe. And Corbin gets around a couple of Tiger tacklers to the 29, maybe 30-yard line, depends on the spot. Right now the official is trying to pick up several items he's dropping out of his back pocket. He's getting that sorted out. Running clock in the second half. And that will affect Gabe McGuire's ability to get another 5 touchdowns.
Well, listen,
I apologize if you watch this over, Gabe. I apologize for the new rules.
Well, he is he's done a lot of nice things on the field. Let's just say that he's a nice player. He's going to have a great year. Let's hope he stays healthy.
At halftime, I didn't know he finished up, but he just whittled a Big Ben clock, grandfather clock at halftime for his grandma.
He's doing it all.
And there is a yard carry. I think that was Brock Nauman.
Picks up about a yard.
So we will see a quick clock this time, but hopefully the Warriors can string together some good yardage here, get some confidence for next week's home opener against Tri-Central.
Yes, and I was going to say I would like to apologize that we can't mention all the cheerleaders by name tonight, but they're doing a great job over there.
I can tell you why. Our athletic director didn't put their names on the roster.
Well, we'll get that fixed, and we'll have it next week. Girls are doing a great job.
And we can't see that far across the field to name them off by.
No, I can't.
Just visual. That is I think he was down. They're going to call him down. Brock Nauman again with the carry. Third down and about 8. Ball's on the 32. I would assume we're going to pass, but then again, I coached sports other than football, so I don't know anything. Here come the Warriors to the line. Quarterback Triton Blevins took a pretty good hit there on a return before the half. His helmet came off, or excuse me, on a carry by Abrams. Or Abram May. There's a pass. Nice pass. Almost caught by Trey Adams right through his hands. He had a hand on it. Lucky it was not intercepted by the Tigers, and I believe we'll be kicking here as our kicking team comes on.
That's one we've seen Trey pull in before. It wasn't an easy catch, but a lot of times if Trey gets a hand on it, he'll pull it in. So not a bad pass, just weren't able to connect there.
Well, one thing, that's a liner, and that was through
touched.
the hands, and I think it was touched, so we'll see what happens here.
It looked like it was touched.
I thought it was touched.
I guess not.
Maybe it wasn't touched.
There's a flag down, it looks like, back at the 30-yard line.
Let's see what they got. Let's see here. A hold on the Warriors.
They may, by the time they figure this out,
I agree.
it might be.
I agree with the press box here at Alexandria. Says we may see the end of the quarter if they talk this one through. Let's see what they've got. Well, first of all, I think that official's got. It looks like he's putting. I'm not trying to be mean, but it looks like he's putting an earring on.
Yeah, I think it's his headset.
He could be. He could be.
No, I don't think he's doing that.
No,
he needs to, but I don't think
he needs to.
It.
All right, let's see. We're re-kicking, so we're going to do it again.
A hold on the Warriors.
Well, folks.
And so.
What do we got here? What time's the curve close?
It looks like.
Get us a table, Coach, because they're milking this. They got it under 8 now.
Coach Gast has decided. Well, he could have taken it down at where the ball was, but it's going to make us kick it again. And here we go.
Let's see when he hits it here. Let's see, and he got it all there. Everybody's set. There we go. We're going to kick this one again, Warrior fans, and now we're trying to get. Oh, we get it off.
That one away.
That one fielded. That's Reno is in, and there's a penalty flag, a tackle made by Trey Adams.
We've seen worse than that one tonight, I will say, to the Alexandria fans. We've seen that one. We've seen worse.
Mason Fuller with the return, but that flag was about as weak as they've been tonight.
We'll take it, but I've seen a lot worse.
Well, thankfully the Alexandria fans aren't concerned. They're up 49-0, and they're letting it go. But
they'll mark off 10 yards here, and
there wasn't a lot there. I mean,
a lot of excitement for next week. There's a lot of things coming for next week. I can't wait till.
I agree, but I can't get over the fact that we ran 4 minutes off the clock on penalties.
I know. I was trying to.
You were trying not to highlight it.
I was trying to get you back to.
Oh, you can't. You just can't. I can't stand it. And for some reason, they believe people are here to see them. There we go. Little out. And we made a nice tackle. Catch made by number 10 there. John Amon. He's a sophomore, 5'11", 175. So seeing some new people there for Alexandria.
That was freshman Cam Vonderschmidt making the tackle for Wes-Del.
Hey, Cam getting in there, getting some action. They're really excited about this freshman class, and Vonderschmidt being a strong athlete. Excited to see him for the next 4 years. And we're back at it, 5:45 as the clock ticks down. Here's a run play. Nice tackle made there.
Grayson Mealy with
that tackle.
It was a nice hard hit.
And I didn't see who ran, who was the number on the runner there.
I did not either.
Brady Gass, a sophomore at quarterback. You can just see by his maturity and the way he carries himself that he's a coach's kid. You know, he's got as a sophomore, that's a lot of leadership qualities already.
Yeah.
He's playing with guys, he's playing with a lot of seniors early on. Now he's getting in there mixed in with the guys that he's probably played with throughout middle school because some of these guys are younger. So this is a comfort zone for him, too, because he knows these guys. High snap, but he handled it well. Looks over the top, and it is they almost got a hand on it was Triton Blevins, and it almost went in right into the hands of number 10. And it's
Thornburg.
At Alec Thornburg. And since it's not in numerical order, that could be anywhere on our roster.
That's right above number 9 by 2 spots.
The only sequence that goes in order on our lineup is 10, 11, and then it goes back to 9. Is it even an alphabetical order? It's not even an alphabetical order.
Oh,
Did we just not hit sort on the Excel spreadsheet?
Well, the first time they've had to punt tonight.
Was that Abrams? Did he kick a field goal from there?
And Trey's just going to let it go. And it'll be down at about the 20. So the Warriors will take over at the 20-yard line. Clock's running. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Well,
all right, Coach, you got your keys?
I didn't drive.
Oh, I did.
I hope you do.
Yeah, I got mine.
Okay.
I got mine.
Well, as long as you and Mr. Romine have
Mr.
your
Romine's,
keys.
Mr. Producer, you got your keys? He's got his keys.
All right, we're good.
I don't want Mrs. Producer to have to come all the way over here when we could give him a ride home. Yeah.
It's not that far of a walk.
Yeah.
You see a guy dragging a big case full of video equipment down.
If you see a guy rolling a Craftsman toolbox full of video equipment down 332, it's our producer.
It's like we're in a spread formation here this time.
And it is 1st and 10.
Back to pass.
Drop it back and over the top. Threads the needle there. That was a tough pass and nice pass and catch. And that was, I believe, Abdullah Mir.
Yeah.
Yes, Abdullah Mir, better known as Dooley.
Might be his first catch as a football player.
He came right on through. He's had he's had a touchdown in each scrimmage over the summer leading into this. The scrimmage last week, he had a nice touchdown. Nice little catch there. 2nd and 2, 2nd and a long 1, maybe 2. But Triton looked good coming across, coming over the top there and finding Dooley on that route.
Spread formation again this time.
Off to Nauman. That one's outside. That is kept and then pitched back. So that was Triton with the carry, and then he pitches back.
Mason Davis.
To Mason Davis.
Play worked all right.
Yeah.
Might see that one again.
First down for the Warriors.
A little scary for me to play, but it looked like it was designed.
Okay. Well,
a minute 53 to go here in the third quarter. Staying with that spread formation right now.
Yeah. We have done a little bit more throwing than we, I think, we'll see throughout the season, but it's good for us to practice. Triton back to pass. He's trying to see if he's got anybody. Over the top, down the middle.
Oh.
And literally through the hands of a wide-open Corbin Price. That's a tough one.
He'd like to have that back, obviously.
Yeah, that was a first down.
Good pass.
He had about nobody within 5 yards of him, and that one he just was ready to run before he caught it.
Yep.
Sometimes you're a little excited when you're that wide open.
Well, and sometimes you just say my bad and get back in the huddle.
Yeah. You've done that many a times.
Yeah. Yeah. You only get so many timeouts.
It's true. You never used them until the fourth quarter.
That's true. That is true. Stingy. I took a lot of home with me over the 30.
A little misdirection here. Trey Adams getting to the outside. He's got a block. He gets down. He's down. And he's out of bounds, pushed out of bounds by number 11 of Alexandria. That is Owen Cook.
About the 39-yard line, so a nice pickup for Trey Adams.
That's the best run so far for Trey. Trey was the leading ball carrier coming into this one, and I will say I think he's been a little frustrated tonight, but coming in as a senior with all the leading offensive stats. I'm sure Coach Gast had been spotlighting him in practice, and that has been something that's been tough for Trey tonight, but finally breaks one off there, and that's probably going to be the last play of the third quarter.
Yeah, it is.
And we're going to take a third quarter break here in between action, and you're going to get a word from our sponsors. You're watching Wes-Del Varsity Football on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Emma and Jake's just baby-proof their 2-bedroom bungalow to prepare for baby number 1 insurance. We're good at Madeline and Chance's just gave in and became minivan people to make room for baby number 2 insurance. And we're good at Gabby and Nate's just moved to a house with a bigger backyard to welcome fur baby number 3 insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
We're back here at Alexandria. For those teams that we've got left, Monroe Central on the road, Southern Wells on the road, and Cambridge City Lincoln, they're going to have to really put it together to outdo the hospitality we've had here at Alexandria. They've given us pizza, and in fact, they've offered us to take home pizza.
Wow. Couldn't get any better than that. I meant to ask you, maybe we could talk about it in between plays, but you and I both played here at Alexandria and coached here a lot of times.
Yeah.
Any special memories about Alexandria for either one of us here?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if we want to get into that. Do you want a special memory about
just something that you remember?
Yeah, I can tell you.
Keep it.
I can tell you a special memory I have. J.D. Klosser threw me out before I even got into my slide. How about that? How about that? You want to hurt me more?
No.
Okay. That's Brock Nauman with a good carry. And he is up across the, what do we got there, 30, 45-yard line? 35-yard line. He is inside of that, probably at the 34. No, I had an unfortunate timing of playing against, since we were both in the CIC.
Right.
Yeah, I played Alexandria in some tough years. Played them in '98 when they won both the boys basketball and boys baseball state championship.
Right.
And that was when J.D. Klosser was playing, and they had some great other athletes involved, but obviously Klosser's big name. He went on to play for the Colorado Rockies. Trey Adams off the end there, and he's got room. He might break it, and it is Trey Adams all the way in for a Warrior touchdown.
Around the right side there, a little handoff to Trey Adams, and he was able to pick up some steam and take it right down the sideline.
And that's the first one of the year, Coach. You can put 6 on the board, 49-6. Trey Adams with an excellent second half here. He's had 3 or 4 really strong carries, and that one he took to the house to get the Warriors on the board for the first time in 2023.
Trying to get the tee out there. We haven't had to worry.
Well, we haven't had to worry about the tee.
So we're trying to get the kicking tee out there real quick and see if we can get this off. And
I thought that might be a possibility that Gabe McGuire would come out and just hold it for us. He's done everything else tonight for.
And that got blocked.
And that one got blocked. And I'm going to say there were a lot of Tigers in there. But needless to say, Trey Adams with his first touchdown, rushing touchdown of the season and the first score for the Warriors.
Good for him.
You brought up the subject. Did you have any memories that you wanted to pass?
Well, I did have one of my favorite memories I had as a coach was that my first victory of all time, and I didn't get a whole lot at the other school I was at, but the first victory was against Garth Cohn, who couldn't have been nicer, and came in my locker room afterwards and brought his wife in and just talked to me about being a young coach, and man, he was awesome, and of course I got to know him a little bit more over the years, but just that was special for me. So as far as a player, no, never was really ever good come over
No,
here. Not to
no.
come here. No, they were good battles, but
Yeah, it never
it was a
went well.
tough place to play.
Yeah.
In basketball, for sure. Tough place to play tonight in football.
Yes.
Of course, all three of us up here are not Wes-Del grads and all graduated from the same school down the road here a little bit, another CIC school.
Yeah. It was a good place to be from.
Yes, it was.
10:21 to go, and the Warriors will be kicking off, and I'm hoping to not see Gabe McGuire, and I don't think he's back there.
No.
Good. They've got a couple other guys here. Let's see who they got. They've got 14. That is Mason Fuller. And they also have
Number 11. That's kind of what I thought. I thought maybe I'm just talking. So 7 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the game. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Tigers. Wes-Del with a couple nice stops here in a row. Corbin Price back to receive. Looks like they're going to go for it instead, and they make the play is Thornburg, who sniffs that one out and makes the tackle. That's number 10, Alex Thornburg. So Wes-Del takes over on downs.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
There's a timeout for Wes-Del with 6 minutes and 50 seconds left right here in this game and in the 4th quarter.
Next week, our Tigers will be on the road. They'll be up at Wabash, Indiana. And our next home game is going to be homecoming right back here at Tigers Field against the Elwood Panthers. We're going to be on the road for the next 2 weeks.
I'll keep going.
September 8th, we'll be our homecoming game here at Tiger Field.
Here, let's do this. See if you can switch to my iPad. It's on 5G. Or is that what you have there?
Let's go.
Sorry about that, Coach. We
have a little issue.
Mr. Producer and I had to work our way through some internet issues.
Just let me know if I can help. There's a handoff up the middle. And that's Riker Malk again. So we got a lot of younger guys in the game.
Got some younger guys in. That's good. We're going to have to talk to our tech guy, get us a new jetpack for the next 3 games on the road. But we got a couple of weeks before we have to worry about it. But
we'll have everything up and ready for that home opener.
Oh, we'll be good. Home opener, we have the internet connection in the booth.
So Cam Vonderschmidt at quarterback and Riker Malk at the running back spot. There's a pitch play.
And that's on the outside, and that is...
That's close, and that's a touchdown, is it?
They got a penalty here.
That was Tecumseh Dyer.
Tecumseh Dyer, number 4 with a touchdown for the Warriors.
Let's see who the penalty's on.
I think it might have just been...
Just somebody's hat fell off?
No. Now, that could have easily been the case.
About 4 minutes to go.
Touchdown is good by Dyer for the Warriors.
Who was the baseball? The old guy used to dress up to baseball.
The clown guy
as a mascot. Yeah.
Oh well.
Wore his hat like a rally cap all the time.
I can't remember his
Reminds
name.
me.
I know
That's
exactly
what
who you're
That's what.
talking
Yeah.
about.
That's what that officials.
Yep.
Still giving us the low battery warning here, but as long as we can hold on here.
So it was my thighs.
Did it go down again? No, we're still rolling. All right.
All right.
That one
Kick
is
up
no
and
good.
No good. Had plenty of length.
49-12, though, and the Warriors have put in 2 touchdowns here in the second half. We're seeing both Alexandria, a couple of their younger squad members, and the Warrior younger squad members. So it's been nice to see both coaches utilizing everybody. The Warriors.
I'm talking about Max Packin. Is this a...
Yes. Yes, that's what I remember.
Okay.
Well, we've got 3:19 to go, and I think we're barely going to hold on for the internet here. So our post-game show will be short because of our internet issues here late in this one. So yeah, as we go through it, Coach, we can kind of talk through things. But I think you just move on to next week at this point. I mean, not obviously right in the middle of this game, but I mean, after this, you look at some things, you watch some tape, you learn from it, you grow. And you get really excited about the home opener.
If I know Coach Knuckles like I think I do, he'll spend some time showing some film, and then they'll move right on and start preparing for what's going to be a great week for Wes-Del football.
And we hope we've got about 3:19 here once we kick off. Again, that's going to be a running clock, and I would assume Alexandria will try to run out most of the rest of this clock for the game. But next week, big week for Wes-Del football. They will open the new facility. The new track has been expanded to an 8-lane track from a 6-lane track. We have all new LED Musco lighting, all new concrete walkways into the facility, and then obviously the new field turf on the football field. So really excited. I enjoyed, it was a risk to go with the maroon track, but I like it.
Yeah, it looks good. And
it looks really good.
Filled in a lot of holes, so all those kids that used to jump in those mud holes and go home all wet and dirty aren't going to be able to do that.
Yeah, we fixed our
upgrade.
drainage issues around the outside of the field so that we don't have the ponding anymore. And
it looks unbelievable.
So it's going to be exciting. Again, 5 o'clock will be the ribbon cutting. 5:30 there'll be an open facility for all of the community to come in and take a look. And the football team will take the field about 5:30. You can get a chance to see them up close and personal. Then we'll clear the facility for the Athletic Boosters tailgate, and we'll bring you back in for kickoff at 7 o'clock with Tri-Central. I think the Trojans are just as excited to come to our place next week, I've heard.
Okay.
To play on that new field, to be the first visiting team that gets to play on that field.
Absolutely.
So, again, field named after Paul L. Parker, first superintendent who brought football to Wes-Del in the early 1970s. You know all about the early 1970s, Coach.
I was living then.
You were living.
Yeah.
I didn't make it to the 70s. I made it to 1980.
I missed only a month of it.
Only a month?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest impactful month of the decade.
I don't know. If January of 1970 was, I guess I missed it.
A nice tackle from behind. Nice little pitch play there. That's number 87 for us. Coach, who is that?
Well, let me try to find it on our roster.
Well, it's not numerical order.
No, it's not. And it's not on our roster.
Who puts their roster in numerical order? Only every other school in the state of Indiana.
Seems like that makes too much sense to me.
Yeah. Again, folks, make a phone call to Athletic Director Kai Denny and tell him you want a numerical order roster.
I don't know who 87 is, to be honest with you.
Can you guys come back next week? Yeah, can you come back and entertain us?
Number 87 is Braden Losh, Coach.
Oh, my bad. I didn't see
Braden Losh.
I don't know how I could have found the pitch play out there.
Oh, that's a nice little run. He behind again. That's Braden Losh that
Losh held on
to him. He also finished off by number 60.
That's Noah Losey.
And there you go. And 44, the ball carrier for Alexandria, and that is
Alexandria will have to
A.J. Granger.
They'll have to run one more play.
You know how easy it was to find A.J. Granger because he was right after 39 in order. 30 seconds to go. Folks, we're not going to stick around for a long post game. We're going to shut up shop and let the executive producer, Andrew Romine, head home. We want to thank him tonight for everything, making the trip over with all the equipment and getting things going. We want to thank Coach for being here with me, and I enjoyed my time, and
This will be the last play of the game.
Nice play there. Both some young guys. Number 80 on the tackle there for us.
Clock is running down.
And that's it. End of the ball game, 49-12 victory for the Alexandria Tigers, and good luck to Alexandria moving forward in the CIC. I believe they're going to have a outstanding season. I'll be looking for Gabe McGuire to be in the Star Press multiple times with multiple touchdown games because he had a great one tonight. It's a tough one here for the Warriors. Early on, it was the experience of the Tigers that really showed through, but I saw a lot of nice things out of our Warriors, and we're really excited about next week. I think that's really just where we go starting tomorrow morning is let's get ready for the home opener. Let's get ready for Tri-Central. And, Coach, your final words.
Well, you'll be able to hear what Coach Knuckles has to say pregame when we talk to him a little bit about what's, what his thoughts were about the game and moving on to the next game. And I think you hit it on the head. I think it's just about learning and moving on. We knew what we were getting into coming into this game. We did able to put some points on the board. So that's a little bit of a positive heading into next week. But listen, it's all about next week, and at this point, it's all about this home opener. Anytime you open at home, it's always exciting, just like it was for Alexandria tonight. But it's going to be even more exciting next week when we get a chance to do this. And folks, if you haven't seen this facility, because we've both seen it, it is unbelievable. You need to get out there and see. It's going to be one of the nicest places in the area, if not in this whole northern part of the state. So come out next week and see us and be a part of something special, because we're not going to get another chance to do this first night like we're going to do it. So come out next week and support your Warriors.
And on behalf of Coach, I am the Soup. We will see you next week at Paul L. Parker for the grand opening of our new field. So until then, make sure you get out next week to a volleyball game, walk out there to a golf match, see a cross-country meet if you can. But we will be back here bringing you the Wes-Del football from home at Paul L. Parker Field next Friday, August 25th. Have a great weekend. For the Coach, I'm the Soup. We'll see you next time.